Hi, I am Ivana Smith, and I am here today to introduce you to my book, Suicide is a Serious Killer. Let's End It Today is the subtitle. Suicide is a serious killer. Let's end it today. Many people wonder, why did I write a book about suicide, awareness, prevention, and tools to help eliminate it? Well, I thought I'd make the video to give you a verbal explanation of the importance of getting this information out today. I shouldn't have to explain it if you've listened to the news, read the news, or unfortunately have been personally affected by this. Suicide is an action that is stimulated in many ways. I am under the belief that if we do one thing that can change someone's life and make it happier, this killer can stop winning. People are under the impression that people who commit suicide are going through mental or emotional issues. That is not always the case. But do we know that? Well, for an example, if you watch television at all that includes commercials, or read a magazine that has pharmaceutical advertisements, you will see that one of the other ways that suicide enters someone's life is through medication. Medication that's prescribed not for emotional disorders, not for mental disorders, not for anxiety, for pain, for smoking cessation, meaning that people want to stop smoking. When you see the advertisement and or read the advertisement or hear the advertisement, it says can cause suicidal thoughts. I was under the belief that if a person felt that they've spent their time here and they were ready to leave, that they should have that option. That's how I felt about suicide. Not realizing the other factors that come into play. Why did I write this book? Well, I was very tired of hearing of suicides. Young, old, dark, light, poor, wealthy, successful. Did it make a difference? Suicide. So I'm going to say I paid attention. I paid attention when I received the thought that something should and could be done to put a stop to this or to slow it down. And in paying attention, I put those thoughts into words. So the book, Suicide is a Serial Killer, which is available on Amazon, which is available also in e-version on my website, networkingforsuccess.info. The putting together of this information was to help people understand what we as individuals could do to change people's lives, to give them options. I believe that preparation is the key to success. Hence, Networking for Success being the name of my business. Preparation, sharing with people the idea that certain things will happen. Just in case they do, you're prepared on how to handle it. Certain things like what? Loss of a job, loss of a loved one, a medication that you may need for one thing, But when you look at the side effects, having to determine risk versus gain. My initial thought about suicide, in terms of if a person felt like they've done all they wanted to do here and being the ones to choose to end it, was proven to me about 2 weeks ago when I heard of the suicide of an associate who, in my conversations with this person, was 75% there already. They were there. Still living, still doing, even mentioned having had suicidal thoughts in the past in our conversation. And this was after the book was written, we had this conversation. It is Hugh who shared with me also information regarding military personnel and the rate of suicides in the military. So when I heard that he committed suicide, I wasn't shocked. When I had conversation about it with other neighbors, they mentioned to me that some of the closer neighbors to him felt that it was his medication that caused it. And what that did was just stimulated again that idea that I had. If you are 40, 50, 60% there already, and you take a medication for something that you need it for, but one of the side effects are suicidal thoughts, well, you're kind of meeting those thoughts halfway, or more than halfway in some cases. I was very hurt to hear about this incident, and it is the closest to me, first person that I know who has ever done it. We need to be with one another in more ways than we know. We need to share information that's going on. We need to discuss what's going on in our lives, not because we're sad, but because we're happy. Discussion, conversation, communication. I am under the belief that if we communicate more without limitations, that we can learn from each other. Again, how to prepare for certain life issues, how to be excited about the things to be excited about, how to be disturbed but not give up on things that are not going our way. In the book, I speak to young people because they are going through hormonal changes. They are going through the same hormonal changes that we adults have gone through. What is not happening is we are not sharing with them prior to what may happen, some of the thoughts they may get. Hormonal changes during puberty. Your body is changing internally, but you still look like a little girl or a little boy. You're changing. So you're getting thoughts of, oh, I'm a little older. Oh, I can have an attitude. You're not even thinking it, you're just having it. And then you have the parents who are not standing for it because they feel it's defiance, they feel it's disrespect, they feel you're stepping out of line. Well, you are, but you're stepping out of your line to get into your lane. I like that. You're stepping out of your line as a child, but you're moving into your lane as a young adult because your body is doing that. It's doing that. So we as adults have to know what some of the signs are because they'll change. Every generation is younger for puberty, but we know it's going to happen. So we have the conversation. I say in the book, and it's so interesting, that in the life that we're living today, our choices for where we are very limited because You did not choose your parents. You did not choose the neighborhood, state, country that you were raised in. You did not choose the schools that you attended. Hence, you did not choose the people you interacted with in those schools. There's so much of our lives that we didn't create. So let's say you are a person who feels like you want out. This is where my conversation turned a little bit. As I felt that if you feel you have enough, you've done all you wanted to do, you're willing to just be gone. Do you want to be gone? Or do you just want to go from where you are? Because if you're living on the East Coast, there's the whole West Coast, there's the Midwest, Southwest, there's another country. Because you're tired of this life doesn't mean that you have to end your life. Does that make sense? You're tired of this life, but you don't have to end your life. Because if you know, like I know, today, and we're speaking to now adults, today you have more in your pockets than you had when you were born, than you had when you turned 15, than you had when you turned 21. If you're of that age where you feel you've done all you wanted to do, think about all that you've done and all the information that you've gathered and the experiences that you've had and who they can help. Or can they help you if you change where you live? Ending life as we know it does not have to mean death. It doesn't have to mean death. It can mean change. I encourage people to have conversations with their loved ones, with their friends, with people who hear you loud and clear. Have conversation. Don't talk to them, talk with them. Because in this conversation with this one person, you may learn so much more about yourself that you didn't know. You may learn some more about them. Communication is the absolute key to changing life. The book is titled Suicide is a Serious Killer. I'm going to get a good angle here, I hope, without a glare. Suicide is a Serious Killer. Again, it is, I like that shade. It is on Amazon. The sun is shining on me. Isn't that beautiful? It is on Amazon. It's $10. This book can be used as a fundraiser. You can order directly from me. You can give me a call at 347-457-2769. You can also reach me through my website, networkingforsuccess.info, I-N-F-O, networkingforsuccess.info. You can purchase the ebook and get it immediately. It's $5 on my website through PayPal, immediately available to you. The ebook can be used as a fundraiser. The paperback can be used as a fundraiser. And I hope you can see this. But in the back of the book, I have blank pages. Can you see them? Blank pages. And those blank pages are because as you're reading this book, and it is a 3-hour read, I call it a commuter read. An hour to work, an hour home, and your 2 breaks and lunch. It's a 3-hour read directly. But while you're reading, you may want to make notes. So the blank pages in the back of the book is for you to make your notes. So you don't have to search for a piece of paper. You do have to have a pen. It is an incredible read. It is a 3-hour read and probably easily a 20-hour conversation. Share it. This book is written so that it is understandable, I say, by 8-year-olds. Someone who's read it stated 5-year-olds could understand it. A few questions. But a 40-year-old is going to have some questions as well. So will a 60-year-old have some questions. Suicide is a serious killer. Let's end it today. Again, is the title of the book. And I am confident that this book will change lives for the better. I am confident that I, Yvonne Smith, have listened very carefully and have put into words something that some may use forever to share with others. The information is so valuable. And because I am who I am, and I do what I do, and I enjoy doing it, I am giving you a thank you gift. And in this thank you gift, you have over $300 in grocery coupons. The ebook is $5. On Amazon, it's $10. And you receive, as a thank you, to start, over $300 in grocery coupons. Something for everyone. You receive Yvonne with Company, Talk Worth Listening To, which is my lecture series now moving in to an online channel. You will receive apps to help you get cash back on your purchases in the future. You will receive discount theater tickets, plays, musicals. You will receive artists, visual, sculptors, painters, links to their website. You will receive musical artists, links to their website. You're now going to receive an offer that if you have a business that you would like to be part of that, which I call the Networking for Success Power Portal, you may contact me so we can discuss that. Networking for success is what I feel we should do. And it doesn't mean that it's business on top of business networking, which is a wonderful thing as well, with your product and your service being valuable, network marketing. But networking means that you and I meet, and from that meeting, one of us, if not both of us, learns something. We're supposed to learn something from each other. It's not about money. Could be, but it's not about money. It's about the resources that you have and that you share. And so I'm a giver. I'm a sharer. I'm a giver. And this is why the Networking for Success Power Portal is something that I take a lot of pride in. Businesses will join. So as you have the link, because you've purchased the book, whether it's the paperback or the ebook, I'll show it again. I think this is just such a beautiful cover. Really, I do. So, really. And I really like the way it shines. However, I know that suicide is a serious killer. Let's end it today. This paperback should be in everyone's home. It's a great family read because after the read, you will have discussion. You will listen to each other. You will learn to love, understand, and respect each other. This book is a life changing, evolutionary tool. It is. And I'm not super brilliant. Ha 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 ha. No, I pay attention. And I receive this information and being fed up with this type of death after Robin Williams committed suicide. That hurt me so much. We have no idea what's going on in people's lives. And let us do remember that because a person is under care, does not necessarily mean that they've decided to take that route. Again, keep in mind the pharmaceuticals. You have one that's prescribed for depression, but it causes suicidal thoughts. Like, really? Talk about that 60% there and then getting that other nudge. You're going to give me something for depression that causes suicidal thoughts. And I should call my doctor. So when I say we should communicate with each other, you may hear this or anything else from someone else that may not apply to you, but hear them well so that you can share it with that next person that you come upon in the store, on the train, on the bus, at work, wherever. I hope that this has been a rewarding talk for you. I hope you purchase the book either on Amazon or through my website. Again, networkingforsuccess.info, networkingforsuccess.info. Your thank you gift is, oh no, it's not more valuable than saving a life, but it is valuable to your life. I hope you take pleasure in some of the things that are in the Power Portal. Again, I take pride in it and it is growing. You may give me a call, 347-457-2769. And again, I am Ibadane Smith. I do appreciate you listening. I hope you get to read this book. I hope it changes one aspect of someone's life, and make them happier and healthier and wiser and more resourceful. Keep that in mind, resourceful. Thank you so much for listening and have a good night.